Hi, I'm Madeline Byrne, your host for the series as we delve into your considerations in moving to SAP S/4HANA Cloud. Even the smartest organizations can stumble during ERP migrations. Hidden costs, overlooked integrations, and cultural resistance can turn a promising project into a costly lesson. Today, I'm joined by Jeff Alumba, Director and Enterprise Solution Architect at Fujitsu, to discuss how to spot these pitfalls early and turn migration into a platform for strength instead of risk. We'll look at the hidden challenges leaders often underestimate, how culture and ownership can make or break outcomes, and what good really looks like when pitfalls are turned into advantages.
The truth is, ERP migrations rarely fail because of software. They fail because risks aren't surfaced and managed early. In fact, it's often the small oversights that trigger the biggest problems later. I asked Jeff why organizations so often miss the early warning signs and what leaders should do differently.
The reality is, most disruption doesn't come from the technology. It comes from the things that get overlooked: a minor integration, a data quality issue, or a role that slips through the cracks can snowball into a major delay. I've seen projects where something as simple as underestimating user licenses or missing one upstream system cause months of rework. These aren't technical failures, they're due to poor planning. That's why strong programs put discipline around risk management. They keep a living risk register, hold frequent checkpoints, and make it safe for teams to escalate small issues early. Because the irony is, it's usually those small risks, ignored too long, that turn into the big failures everyone remembers.
Of course, pitfalls aren't just technical. One of the biggest challenges is cultural. Even with the right system, if users don't believe it makes their jobs easier, they'll find workarounds. I asked Jeff why leadership and ownership matter so much here.
Culture is the pitfall most people underestimate. You can have clean data and solid design, but if employees don't believe the system makes their jobs easier, adoption collapses. I've seen organizations go live with technically perfect systems that nobody actually uses properly because training was rushed, change impacts weren't explained, or people felt left out of the process. The result? Workarounds, frustration, and value that never materializes. That's why leadership can't just sponsor the project on paper. They need to be visible, engaged, and consistent from start to finish. It means putting your best people on the project, making the tough trade-off decisions, and clearing organizational roadblocks before they stall momentum. When leaders do this well, they don't just deliver a new system. They build confidence, credibility, and buy-in across the business. That's what keeps adoption high long after go live.
Avoiding failure is important, but it's not the whole story. A hidden challenge many executives overlook is the risk of playing it too safe, focusing only on survival instead of future growth. I asked Jeff what good looks like when organizations go beyond dodging pitfalls and actually use migration as a chance to unlock advantage.
For me, good means three things. First, everyone is aligned on a North Star that goes beyond go live. Too many programs fall into the trap of declaring victory on day one, even when users are struggling. Real success is about ROI and transformation, not just cut over. Second, you see leadership actively driving, not just signing off on plans. Sponsors are visible, decisions are fast, and roadblocks get cleared before they cause drag. And third, the business is learning and adapting as it goes. End users are engaged early, phased rollouts reduce risk, and lessons from past ERP programs are applied up front. That's when migration stops being about risk avoidance and becomes a springboard for long-term advantage.
Thank you, Jeff, for sharing your insights. What we've heard today is clear. ERP migrations don't fail because of software. They fail because of hidden risks, a lack of ownership, and missed opportunities. The organizations that succeed are the ones that face pitfalls head-on, engage leadership and culture fully, and use migration as a catalyst for measurable gains. In our next episode, we'll explore why preparing your ERP as the digital core for AI is the smartest way to future-proof your business. In the meantime, download our SAP S/4HANA Cloud Beyond the Deadline Strategic Playbook. It's built to give you the clarity, prompts, and strategies to approach migration with confidence and turn a deadline into a launchpad for growth. Thank you for joining us, and I look forward to continuing the conversation in our next episode.